They're fairly cheap, fairly pretty, and fairly good. Fair to say, they're worth a look. In this video, I'm going to check out Simagic's P700 pedals, highlight their strengths and weaknesses in this review, and sniff out any reasons why you might decide these are best for you. Let's jump in. First, please note, Simagic provided these pedals to me free for review, and you'll find affiliate links in the video description. For those reasons, I mark this video as a paid promotion within YouTube. Those affiliate links in the video description grant me a commission if used before purchasing. That supports me at no added cost to you, but do make sure you check Simagic's full reseller list in case there's a more convenient or cheaper option in your region. First, a quick summary of the main talking points. They perform well with a decent load cell brake performance and respectably smooth pedal movement. The brake pedal feel is highly customizable with very quick and easy access. It's very easy to experiment with feel. The throttle and clutch firmness can also be modified. The ability to mount Simagic's haptic vibration motors easily is a plus worth considering. The P700s overall are great value for money, ideal for beginners but also those who want an intermediate pedal set as they invest more time and talent into sim racing. At £215 for a 3-pedal set, also available as a cheaper 2-pedal set, we're talking the bottom end of the mid-range. That means they need to be able to qualify as proper sim racing grade pedals. They aren't expected to be works of art or made from the finest materials or come with a lifetime guarantee, but they do need to introduce the concept of precision inputs to the sim racer that's going to use them. They've got to perform well and give a good value, solid payoff to anybody who's been racing on entry-level pedals up to now. I can say now the P700s do fit that brief very well. They're just cheap enough to be accessible to beginners, but they're just good enough to stick with you through your journey to intermediate, as they lift you up like a lamb, eventually, to the world of advanced sim racing pedals. Out of the box, the P700 pedals give a decent physical impression. As is standard for pedals now, assembly is required to bring the throttle, brake, clutch and heel plate together. Everything looks good in hand with that aggressive red Simagic branding strip facing towards you on that heel plate. A rubberized heel pad makes things feel a bit more plush than the Spartan steel equivalents from Fanatec and Moza. If you race in socks, which a lot of beginner to intermediate sim racers do, maybe even bare feet if you're a bit eccentric, that cushioned heel rest is quite welcome. This is a standalone USB pedal set, meaning this does not require the support of any other Simagic equipment. You are free to connect the P700s directly to your PC without requiring a Simagic wheelbase or steering wheel for it to connect to. Worth mentioning, as a lot of entry-level bundles you may be coming from do rely on each other, it's not the case here. The brake pedal has an interchangeable spring and rubber system which is quick and easy to modify without tools, with a spread of different inserts supplied. This genuinely allows for a wide variety of brake pedal flavours. I was able to take the brake pedal from a long travel medium strength feel by default to a short travel firm feel in the space of about a minute, honing in on the pedal feel I prefer as a shoe donning driver. You are highly likely to discover a brake pedal feel that you like, and whilst this isn't a unique ability, the process of swapping them is easier here than on any other brake pedal I've ever tested. So if you are a sim racer still figuring out your preferred braking style, this will help you experiment. So, in case I'm new to you, I've tested a good number of pedal sets by now of all ranges. The P700s rank deep within the cheaper 50% of them. According to the price, I'm expecting them to be decent. Good, just not great. Generally speaking, with the brake pedal set up nice and firm as I prefer, which is extremely important, I'm able to put down drives at what feels around 95% confidence. That means my performance during my stint with the P700s has been better than I expected, and on occasion I've found myself mentally complimenting them, as I essentially forget that I'm testing them. When I say that, I mean that oftentimes cheaper pedals mean clear practical compromises compared to high-end pedals. They just feel markedly different. But thanks to the generous helping of brake inserts Simagic includes, I'm largely able to mimic imitate my ideal brake pedal attitude quite well, enough for my muscle memory to just fit into them like an old pair of shoes. You can see in the throttle and brake inputs in the centre of the screen that during those moments that demand knife-edge smoothness, the P700s can make smooth cuts. The throttle pedal is unremarkable in that it's not too light, not too heavy, not too sticky, as can sometimes be an issue with cheaper pedals. It's pretty good. The clutch pedal is ready salted flavour, there's no depth or character to it, it's just a straight linear spring. You can absolutely use it to drive manual gearboxes, but don't expect it to feel realistic. If you've never driven a manual gearbox car, they don't feel like this, but I've never seen a pedal set at this price point include a realistic clutch. So it's not like you're getting cheated out of one, it's just normal down here. Just like the brake pedal, you can change the throttle and clutch springs around with incredible ease and speed, so you could stiffen things up further if you so wished. I asserted just now that I could hit around 95% confidence with the P700s. That sounds good, and it is. I like them more than I was maybe expecting. But don't get me wrong, that 5% that I felt was missing is what I notice when confidence stutters, those split-second flashes where your neurons scrabble to regain control and stay on target. It's slightly harder to hit the bullseyes you need to hit. There is a difference in how reliable I feel I can be between the P700s and, say, the much more expensive VRS pedals I was using prior to them. Now, I know, what an obvious statement. Breaking news, cheap pedals aren't as good as expensive pedals. But for a £200-ish set of pedals, P700s are going to be excellent for the sim racer building their skills, really applying themselves in an intermediate zone where all the fun is. If you're coming from an entry-level pedals such as those bundled with the Moser R3 or R5, the Logitech G923 or the lower-end Thrustmasters, these will feel like a big step up in precision. If these are going to be your first sim racing pedal set, then it's an excellent choice. I'm pleased with how they feel. There's another noteworthy aspect to the P700s you should know about. Simagic has a handful of haptic pedal vibration add-ons, such as the HPR model seen here. This is their strongest in the lineup and the most long-serving. These are tried and true. They are a surefire performance and awareness enhancer, and they are easy to bolt onto the P700s due to their preordained compatibility. The P700 onboard control module has sockets to allow for easy connection and cable routing. I've got one mounted to the brake pedal to detect ABS system activation or tyre lockups, and it works very well, a bit too well. The HPR model shown here is the most expensive version of Simagic's vibration add-on and is somewhat overkill for the lightweight P700 pedals. I have mine power limited to something silly like 10% power. Be aware that, as you can see, adding a haptic motor may get in the way of being able to quickly change the brake inserts, so make sure you've got that nailed down before you install one. And if for any reason you want to be able to change brake stacks quickly on an ongoing basis, this could prove a problem. Are there any standout negatives I can see? To be honest, not really. Usually there's always something I can pick at, but generally there's no standout faults that I can see or feel. This is where the viewers may come in. If you have P700s or any of Simagic's haptic motors and you want to share your experience with them, good or bad, please do comment. In conclusion, I expected the P700s to be alright, but they've been more than alright. They've been good for the money. I've basically no reason not to recommend the P700s for anyone with roughly 0 to 2 years of sim racing experience, namely those that are newcomers rising to intermediate. They do the job of being proper sim racing grade pedals, very solidly with a decent load cell brake and a couple of tricks sprinkled in. The biggest of which being the generous supply of springs and bushings to customize your brake pedal and the ease of which you can swap them. It's a convenient, capable all-rounder that won't cost a bomb, and that's what matters most at this level. Thanks for watching, and I hope this was entertaining and informative. Don't forget to check out the video description for partnered Simagic retailers, as well as a full list too. Cheers again.